Ivana. Hey, Gillface. Hey, CJ. Hey, Uncle Buck. Aw, missed you too, Killface. What you been up to? Good weekend. I mean, when you're unemployed, weekends no longer count. Every day's the weekend. It's actually a pretty good song called Every Day's the Weekend. An artist called Alex Leahy, I think. Yep. Alex Leahy. It's a good song. She's pretty good in general, but that's definitely one of her better songs, I think. How was the weekend for those who actually have jobs and for whom weekends actually matter? Hey, Jordan. Weekend's too short. 2 days ain't enough. It's not. 2 days absolutely is not enough. 40 hours a week is too many hours a week. Hey, Rara. People need to be paid more to work less. Hey, Scapegoat. Long candles hold more of a safety situation. Background weekends have not been feeling long enough. No, I mean, we're not really designed around work weeks as they exist. Why is one lash that doesn't grow on the lash line lay sideways the strongest eyelash in the world? Because the human body is a disaster. Clicking on? Absolutely nothing important at all. Clicking through the Steam Discovery queue for any interesting looking games for me to wish list to potentially play in the future. I think it's my ADHD and I need to be clicking on things. Or tapping things even if I'm not actually looking at anything in particular. What was the election actually called? Hey, Beetlejuice. Okay. I haven't. I didn't see anything. I didn't. I weird. I didn't. I saw no mention of it anywhere. Didn't see it mentioned on Twitter or Blue Sky. Weird. Goat Visibility Day. It is very close to my mom's birthday. It's not actually my mom's birthday, but it is actually pretty close to my mom's birthday. 90th of April's your anniversary. Nice. Hello, Beetlejuice, and yes, my Uncle Buck shirt. Got the Wayward Lash. Yay! Pretty sure J Dot's boyfriend's birthday is the 28th, 27th. Cool, cool. Yeah, kind of surprised that none of the people I follow actually, yeah, because there are a few Canadians that I follow on social media. Kind of surprised none of them mentioned anything about the election. Hey, Garuda. It was in your shorts. The election was in your shorts? Hey, Jenna. I have something in my shorts, too. That a banana in your pocket, or you just happened to see me? Neither. I just have a very big. I'm sorry. Hey, Ansley. I think I said that. I said before that I said that to someone they did have a banana in their pocket. I have to stop apologizing after the very intentional dick jokes. But I feel bad about the dick jokes. Because they're so bad. I feel bad about how bad the dick jokes are. So I feel like I have to apologize. Everyone's have a lot of Canadian clapbacks against Trump. Well, for tariffs. Fair enough. William Johnson. The dick jokes are great. Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of like the political stuff on YouTube either, so nothing on YouTube to mention it. Eh. Well, there's one. All right, so now it's showing there. Showing on YouTube, at least. Not a fan of pink. Hey, Rebecca. Pink the color or Pink the musician? Hey, Bambi. I definitely like the color Pink. The singer, not my style. They're bet to block anti-face nurturous PFP. I mean, it is pretty bright pink, but pink's great. Pink is a great color. Pink is where two go. Hey, Barbara. Pink across the ass of Juicy Couture. Remember? Yeah. Two in the pink, one in the stink. Four in the hole. You're on drugs, Peter? Or you're on drugs, Jenna? I assumed it was a Dolly situation that you are drugs. Very famous Dolly quote, Salvador Dali. I'm not on drugs, I am drugs. I always kind of assumed that was the case with you. Dalai Lama has the best jokes. Dolly Parton. Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali Parton. Is that anything? Lady Orc is a dog named Dolly Parton. Isn't that stupid? Yes. My brother briefly had a kitten that he. My brother sort of had a kitten. Sort of had a cat. He had briefly named it Mula Kunis. Good Wheel of Fortune title. I knew someone that had a cat named Pussy. I think the cat ended up being a boy. I forget what Mason, I think. Yeah. Started calling it cat turned out to be a boy. So my brother instead named him Mason. Because what happened is the cat followed him home from a bar called La Maison. Hey, Buttercup. So yeah, since the cat used to hang out around La Maison, Mason. And what word do you not want me to say, Buttercup? Pussy? Do you not want me to say pussy, Buttercup? Getting pussy from a bar sounds about right. What does my brother drink? Yes. Um, I'm not really sure what kind of beer he usually gets. Kind of whatever's on draft. He does also very much like scotch. Okay, Buttercup. I will try not to say pussy. See my brother? Nah. Favorite Canadian brand? My brother is not married. On draft or on tap. Either way. Either works. Yeah, my favorite Canadian brand. I don't know. Hi, Kelly. Someone said pussy and somebody. It was me. I said pussy. Maple syrup really popular there? Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely popular. One maple syrup on the rocks, please. Exactly. Might tell your mistress something. I don't know, Buttercup. That's weird. Maple syrup would also be on tap. It does come from a tap, actually. You tap the trees. Yeah, fun fact here in Canada. Um, Here in Canada, I would tap that. It generally refers to maple syrup, maple trees. Yeah, like you see a maple tree and you're like, I'd tap that, meaning you would get the maple syrup out of it. Do you like poutine? Nah. Nah, poutine isn't something I would eat. Gravy. I don't know, fries, cheese, and gravy. Not a combination I am up for. I doubt that means something completely different here. where you are, does it mean I would stick my dick in that? Or in the case of women, in the case of like a woman saying it about a guy, I would stick that dick in me? Either way, I take them to town. Hey, Mac. I'm just thinking of like guys hanging out and ogling women, and one guy's like, "Oh man, I'd totally hit that," and then another guy's like, "Yes, I also would like to insert my penis inside her." I feel like that's something I would do. Something I would say. No, Jordan, you're not blocked. For now. If you're blocked, try some like Preparation H or something like that. It's called Having Game. Yes, Jones is still blocked. Thigh slapper. I mean, whatever you need to get through it. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it is a thigh slapper. And you laugh so hard you slap your thigh. Yeah, but I was interpreting. I chose to interpret it as like when you've got like a really hard, when you've got like a really bad shit. That's for hemorrhoids. I know, I know. I couldn't remember the name of the shit that's for. I couldn't remember the name of the stuff that you take um, for what's it? For when you're blocked up. Pepto. One of those talking Japanese toilets. Well, no, Pepto's for indigestion and diarrhea. Pepto's for nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Metamucil. Constipation, right. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of any stuff that you take for constipation. Milk of magnesium. Metamucil. Milk. Hi, Sam. When did I last leave the house? Friday. I leave the house every Friday to do my groceries. My goshies. I gotta do my goshies every week. So I leave the house every week for that. And I will also be leaving the house on Tuesday. Gonna go out for supper with my mom, so just Fridays, pretty much. I'll also be leaving. I'll also be going out this Tuesday, visit my mom for supper. I was curious about the temperature right now. -4 at the moment. Tuesday looks like it might be chilly. Hope your package is there by then. Do you wear a t-shirt for job interviews? If it's a remote job, hell yeah. Did I wear a shirt to, Did I wear a t-shirt for my job interview to Rogers? I might have. I don't remember. 78 there. I hate summer. Does suck. Windy in Chicago. I'm scared because I've had a few trees come down the past. Speaking of Chicago, apparently for like the 8th year in a row, Chicago has been ranked as the best big city in the U.S. Let me just find it to get the details. Branches scratching your window and inside him. Yeah, Condé Nast Traveler. So yeah, Condé Nast Traveler did a reader survey, and Chicago was found to be the best big city in the U.S., the best big city in the U.S. Scared home alone with your cats? Your cats will not protect you. Your cats won't give a shit. Cats are trees' natural predator. So much to do, but I do none of it. Yep. Doing stuff costs money and you have to go outside. Indeed. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I probably wouldn't mind visiting Chicago. It does seem like a lovely city. Offered a homeless man a cigarette, and he took it and passed next to me in the open street. That's big cities for you. Hey, Julia. Millennium Park and Lincoln Park Zoo are free. Navy Pier is free to walk around. Sure, Julia, but both of those do, or all three of those do still require going outside. Uncle Buck specified both money and going outside. Wait for next St. Patrick's, because apparently they dye the water green. Yep. Few cities do that. Hey, hobo. Man, I'm tired today. I'm tired today. Ugh. I finished Howl's Moving Castle yesterday. Finished reading it. At least 2 more Howl books that nothing is exhausting. It kind of can be. All right. So just 2 others so far. Spirited Away? No. Spirited Away was, that was Miyazaki's vision from, start to finish. Howl's Moving Castle started off as a book. Kiki's Delivery Service also started out as a book. A fair number. A decent number of, a few. A few Ghibli films started off as books. Cat Returns? No. I mean, The Cat Returns is a sequel to another Ghibli movie. Cat Returns is not a sequel, spin-off. The Cat Returns is a spin-off of Whisper of the Heart. Yeah, for the ones that started off as books, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind actually started off as a book. Though a book created by Miyazaki. Kiki's Delivery Service started as a book. My Neighbors the Yamada started as a newspaper strip. Howl's Moving Castle, Tales from Earthsea obviously started as a book. When Marnie Was There started as a book. Earwig and the Witch started as a book. The Boy and the Heron was based on a book. Any interest? The Tale of the Princess Kaguya originated from folklore. Ponyo obviously is an adaptation of Little Mermaid. Sort of. At least I thought it was. Maybe it's not. Doesn't mention anything on the Wikipedia article. Hey, Sweet Caroline. Narnia and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe are the same thing. Yep. Yep, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the origin of Narnia. The origin of the Narnia franchise. Was weird. I don't remember who gave it to me. I think it might have been Chantel, but I was given a box set of all the Narnia books. And I did read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then didn't read any of the others somehow. Here, Chicago's where Bad Leroy Brown lives. Like, I don't know why I didn't read any of the others. But yeah, I only read the first one. Not sure what happened to the box set. Don't think I still have it. The other books are actually better. Baddest man in the whole damn town. What I do today? Stayed up until like 9:30 in the morning, and then why did I write Bearist? I mean, maybe he's bear as well. Leroy Brown just wandering around town naked. Made me think Turkish delight would be delicious. It's the most disgusting candy of all time. I think I've seen other people express the same thing. I think I've seen other people say the exact same thing. That, like, you know, reading The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, they were like, oh, Turkish delight. I want to try Turkish delight. It must be so good. And then they try it, and it's like, holy crap, this is terrible. You have to remember those early 20th century England. It was early 20th century England. They didn't have flavor at that time. Or mid 20th century? When the hell did that come out? 1950. So yeah, it was published in 1950, England. Yeah, they didn't have flavor back in England in the 1940s and 50s. What's it going to do? Yeah, first one came out in 1950. Series was published between 1950 and 1956. To be fair, it's supposed to be based during the Second World War. So I guess that's all they could get. Yeah. It's basically Shakespeare. You said after World War II? No. No, they're set during World War II. They were sent off to the country specifically because of the London bombings. Like, I think it's an implication rather than being outright stated. But yeah, they were sent to that old country house, that old fancy house, to get them away from the London bombings at the start of World War II or early World War II. I mean, for a lot of World War II, but actually, it might have outright stated that that was the case. I don't really remember. They may have outright stated that, yeah. Look, might have outright stated that they were sent out there because of the bombings. And a line dance? Nope. I absolutely do not know how to line dance. Never read the Hunger Games. Exactly. Way too mainstream for me. The Hunger Games is way too mainstream, I say, right after having finished Howl's Moving Castle. No one should know how to line dance. No one outside of the South, anyway. Later, Twilight. No, never read Twilight. You do the hoe down, throw down. Let's get to the game. Elementary school. Not the one I went to. What was for dinner? Your dad's jizz. Served out of your mom's asshole. Your mom's butthole. Served out of your mom's gaping butthole. Caught me off guard. Hey, Larry. Sweet and sour sauce has been replaced by your dad's jizz with chopsticks. Yeah. I don't think you could eat. I don't think you could eat jizz with chopsticks. Just an Alberta thing. Might be. Alberta is very much, you know, Alberta is Canada's US. Came in at a good time. Yep. Prove me wrong. Like Alberta is like it's very much that kind of area. That kind of like, it is very much an American province. Yeah, I mean maybe other schools in Ontario do teach line dancing, but the one I went to sure as hell didn't. Do I watch Nal? What's Nal? I don't know who Nal is, but probably not. Hey, Mark, roller coasters? Fuck no. But the most exciting thing I can handle at the theme park, most exciting thing I can handle at a carnival is the fucking teacups. King Cobra's X. I have not watched her. Played in Assassin's Creed? Nope. I do remember playing the original Assassin's Creed at some point. Screenplay's just faster teacups. I also wanted to watch some. I was talking about mommy and daddy's buttholes. I think the main character is totally hot. It has square dancing in fourth grade. Yeah, my school we didn't have any sort of dancing. No dancing at any point throughout my elementary school. I mean, like, I think for like grade 6 through 8, I think there were occasional like school dances, like every month or two. Stuck on the potty all night. Nice. Colonoscopy at 6:45 a.m. We had to learn barn dancing at school. You feel this? No, I mean it's just like there was nothing like we were never taught dancing in my school. The elementary school I went to, like we just didn't have any like okay, now we're gonna learn how to do a dance. We did just dance on in gym on Wii. I mean I'm 40. Favorite sport at school? The bench. Favorite sport was sitting. Got to dress up in cowboy cowgirl wear. Rhythm exercise for music class. Yeah, we didn't really have a music class. Playing instrument. There was one semester where we were given recorders. We did vaguely learn the fucking recorder. School sounds like it was kind of lame. Kinda. I was gonna say recorders don't count. Well, there you go. Violin and flute at school and piano out of school. Yeah, I mean, we had nothing special like that. I played the trumpet. The good old recorder, yeah. I too sort of learned the flute. Remember learning Three Blind Mice on the recorder at school? I imagine that was probably about what we were learning as well. I don't remember. Why did everyone have to learn the recorder? I don't know. Cheap, probably. Anything cool in art class? I wasn't very good at it. But yeah, recorders they're just they're just really cheap. Like I suspect that's what it comes down to. Recorders cost nothing. So it's like the cheapest musical instrument you can get. That still technically counts as an instrument. My girls learned the recorder. We had to buy actual instruments. The art class. I wasn't very good at art. I lost a tooth and it fell in my trumpet. Yeah, for art. I do remember one art project that we had. Pretty sure it was an art project. It's sort of like a mix of like art and geometry almost. Um, we were given a drawing of never used penis pills. No, we were given like a draw. We were given like a this this picture of a like some kind of temple or something like that, and then we had to sort of redo it larger. So we had to like take this temple and then draw a larger version of it, which basically meant like um, measuring it, measuring its dimensions, and then figuring out like what the no. Parents believed in extracurricular activities, so the family owned them. It's not very creative. Nah. Fine by me. I wasn't a particularly creative kid, frankly. What is Viagra? Viagra was originally designed as heart medication, But then they found that it makes the penis hard. Which would develop blood pressure, yeah. But then it was discovered that it makes the penis hard. So that's where the money is. No, Jones, I don't want you back in. I don't want you back in the community, Jones. I don't like you. I legitimately do not like you. Hi, Kiki. You ever touched school? I don't know. School was a long time ago. You have penis pill ads and food. You have Burger King ads. That person do. She's just annoying. She took Viagra because she needed a new heart and lungs. Helped her. We had a good laugh though. Did it give her 4-hour erections of her clit? What's for supper? I'll be having rice. They're built for girls and made them more slippery. I think so. So there is medication that women can take to help. I mean, like as far as like slippery, it's like lube. if they're not wet enough, it's just lube. But there is medication. There is medication that women can take to help with low sex drive specifically. Yeah, as far as dryness goes, that's just a matter of lube. I get more water. Give me a moment. All right, I'm back. Old coworker complained a lot about his wife having to take sex drive pills. I mean, I don't need to take Viagra because I don't have sex anyway. Like, Viagra is something that you take to help you have sex, and I don't have sex, so my hair is a vibe. Thanks. I know the secret to men peeing and not getting all over the toilet seat. Helps if you sit down. I don't do that, though. I don't sit down. Yeah? Yeah, I drink cold water, yes. If you pee in the back of the bowl, the angle gets pee on the seat. Pee in the front of the bowl. Why don't men just sit down to pee? Because then we'd have to stand back up. Trying to figure out where to my colonoscopy. Yep. Gotta make sure you look nice for the colonoscopy. I'd say dress like it's a second date. How much money do you think the guys you have to change out houses get paid? Not enough. I don't know how much they're paid, but it's not enough. Looking at your clothes when you get a colonoscopy. Have I ever had a cleaning lady? Nope. Never hired a cleaning lady. To go to a kind of fancy medical building and didn't want to look trashy. I have never had a colonoscopy. Yes, Larry, dress for comfort. For colonoscopy, yeah, just dress for comfort. Things are going to be going up your butt. You don't want to. You don't want to. You want to be as comfortable as possible. Your clothes may as well be comfortable. Lobby area has a live piano player. There's a cute bistro and gift shops. Good luck with your butt exam. When it's all done, I hope they say, "My, what a lovely rectum." Crap is the worst part of a colonoscopy. Favorite comfort food? I don't know. The doctor starts, he says, "Open up and say, ah." Favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. I like a meat lover's pizza. I like, no, 4 liters of colon blow. Never had a margarita pizza. Just cheese. I don't know. I would definitely prefer something else with the cheese. Just cheese is kind of boring. Definitely prefer something else on it. Just cheese is comforting to the heartburn. You trim your nose hair? I do not. Cauliflower pizza crust? Yeah. Mark pizza is basil. They make nose trimming attachments for shavers. Yep. Go-to food? I don't know. Chips? I don't know. Before and after selfie pic. Don't need nose hairs. Indeed. Best snack is putting Cinnamon Toast Crunch in a baggie and munching. Shaving your eyelashes. Yeah. Shaving the eyelashes? Yeesh. Who's putting a razor near their fucking eyebrow or near their fucking eyes? Who's putting a razor right on their fucking eyes? Gah. Do you mean eyelashes or eyebrows? Lashes or brows? Get mine waxed because I'm a girl. For my eyebrows, I will occasionally if I've got like particularly long hair in my eyebrows, then I will pluck it. For my eyelashes, one part of your body you hate getting pimples at? My nuts. My scrotum. Scrotum pimples are the worst. Let's get pimples. I mean, not that I've ever noticed, actually. I've never actually noticed A scrotal pimple. But man, can you imagine? That'd be a shitty place for a pimple. Or like right on the taint. Videos of me two people shaving their eyelashes. God, why? Why would you? No. I don't get it. Leave your eyelashes alone. They're right on your fucking eyes. Hate pimples right on my forehead. That is definitely a terrible place to get it. To get one. Just staring at you exactly. So yes, it is definitely a bad place for one. I pop them. I pop pimples. Pops them and eats them. Or underpants. I mean, probably worth wearing underpants. Pick at them for weeks. Yes, I do pick at them for a long time. Nut torsion. Feel like weird if I go without underwear on. Nobody knows what I know. Yeah, nuts can be very sensitive. Favorite Disney princess? Probably Jasmine. It used to be a thing. It is now. Yes, the Little Mermaid is a princess. Yes. Technically, she's a fish, but she's a fish princess. And then she married a prince. Marrying a prince means one is automatically a princess. So I was like, Jasmine, yeah. Yeah, Jasmine was cool. She was a pretty proactive princess. Working at Disneyland, I was asked if I'd be interested in being Snow White. Because I didn't live there. Ariel's dad was King Triton. Yep. Her dad was King of the Ocean. There was no mermaid queen in the movie. Right, because she was dead. It was a Disney princess who was Ariel's mother. I don't know. She would have been the queen. But it was a Disney movie, so the mom was dead. Disney princesses don't have living moms. You know that. I liked Belle as a kid. Every Disney princess has a dead mom. The girl from Brave is like the only exception to that. Genuinely, Brave is like the only Disney princess whose mom is still alive. Who's Mulan's mom did? Mulan, you might have a point there. I think Mulan's mom was alive, but like, I don't know, she was alive, and she was there. So, Mulan, yeah, Mulan and the girl from Brave, Merida. Was it Merida? Well, otherwise, yeah, it is such a normal trope where yeah, the mom is almost always dead. In some cases, yeah, in some cases it's that they can have an evil stepmother instead. In a lot of cases, it's just which Disney princess had the prettiest dress? Oh, let me take a look. Disney princesses. I do kind of like Merida's. Belle has a nice one. Or not Belle. Which one is that? I think that's Snow White. I think that might be Snow White. Yeah. I do kind of like Snow White's. Fiona's mom was alive. Who was Fiona? Who the hell is Fiona? Was the original Shrek a Disney movie? I don't remember. Shrek's one? Ah. If Ariel's a princess and Doria's a princess, Disney princess too? I mean, was she actually... Was Dory actual royalty, though? Because, I mean, Ariel's father was king of the sea. When you're the daughter of a king, that makes you a princess. So yeah, as far as who had the prettiest dress, Snow White had a really nice dress. Mulan's was nice. Merida's is nice. Rapunzel actually has a nice one. I'm chicken of the sea. Father's king. Exactly. My tactics get any more engaged working. Dory is special. Off camera, Dory yells at all the other fish. Dory's super nice when the camera's on her, but since the camera turns off, she just starts yelling at the other fish, abusing them. I don't think any prince but Eric is hot, so I must defend Ariel's status. But yeah, see, it's a joke because Dory was voiced by Ellen DeGeneres, who was pretty notorious for being abusive to staff off camera. Aladdin did not start as a prince. He ended up a prince at the end. Actually, even then, he wasn't actually a prince at the end of the movie because he hadn't yet married Jasmine. He was like, he was engaged to the princess, but he hadn't married her yet, so he wasn't actually a prince yet. Favorite Disney animal? Mm. Merida's mom. Merida's mom from Brave. I managed to make it a mom joke. Woo! Disney princess seem like the type of guy to go in reality dating shows. Ooh. Gaston would kill on one of those. He would be so entertaining on one of those shows. Like, obviously, Gaston was terrible, but he was so fucking entertaining about it. Love Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, Lady and the Tramp was a good one. Drink Water Strange. I also Bang Your Mom Strange. Trans characters in Disney. Sort of. There was, I think there were two in Moon Girl. I know there was a non-binary kid. And I remember an episode got pulled because another girl was going to be sort of confirmed. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It was a Marvel animated series. There's a cartoon based on a Marvel comic. Lawrence Fishburne was executive producer. And worked really hard to get that show made. Sounds like a ripoff on Sailor Moon. No. Gaston would make a fantastic bachelor, right? What's the name of me? No, quite the opposite, actually. Back in the 1970s, Jack Kirby launched a comic called Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. In the, I believe it was like the early to mid 2010s. Yeah, it was in the 2010s. Marvel instead did Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Size pants am I? Why, you want to get in them? To cross-dressing out of the live-action Lilo and Stitch? May have taken the fat tourist out too. Good night, Bambi. I mean, I suppose, like, for the cross-dressing, like, Was it mocking cross dressers or like I don't know? I mean, I suppose like is it necessary? It's one of those things where it's like, does it really serve the plot, or like is it just is it an outdated gag? Losing too much money doing woke stuff, and it's nothing to do with woke shit. He's in disguise. Yeah, I mean, it might be one of those things where it's just like, this isn't needed. Yeah, if it's like, they may have been like, worked at the time, it's not really needed anymore. Yeah, I mean, the reason the new Snow White is losing money, the live action adaptations have had diminishing returns to begin with. It's funny because he's clearly an alien. It's clearly an alien. All right. Yeah, like so the live action remakes have had diminishing returns in the first place. People are sort of a bit tired of them. With Snow White, the CGI is apparently bad. The writing seems to have not been particularly good. I think I've seen people complain about the songs being changed. Um, Gal Gadot is apparently horrible. Casper Disney. I don't feel like no. Universal. Casper is Universal. If anyone has to take him to your leader, who do you take him to? I point him at Dolly Parton. I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. Snow White actress bashing the OG cartoon. I actually saw a really interesting sort of TikTok about the original cartoon. That it made the point that from an animation standpoint, yes, it was incredible. Like it was just that it was revolutionary and uh, absolutely important in that sense. But that outside of its importance, it's not actually a particularly good movie. Like that, the original Snow White is not actually a particularly good movie. Hey, Lady Di. Made to click. Sorry, Lady Di. Um, like Snow White herself has very little personality and is just kind of stupid. Um, that the story is kind of lacking. Just Mary Poppins over everything. Disney has a problem with reshoots. Spend $100 million in reshoots on many Disney movies. So yeah, I don't remember what Ziegler said about the old Snow White, but you know, there is a valid case to be made that the movie is not as good as it is important. She said it was scary and weird. I'm inclined to think that Ziegler's comments were probably taken out of context by people who hated her because she's brown. I don't even give enough of a shit to look up what she said. Never liked Snow White besides her ability to communicate with animals. Indiana Jones had reshoots. Star Wars had reshoots. Yeah, I mean, sometimes reshoots have to happen, but yeah, there is an argument to be made that some Disney movies, that Disney maybe relies on reshoots a little too much. Dolly's new song. I haven't said about her husband that passed away. Yeah. Got fired little people and made people famous, but they decided to go with awful CGI. And the one I've seen was a live Little Mermaid. Took my niece to see it at the theater. Was Snow White a battered woman? Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where it's like trying to be deliberately provocative. That one bit was cute. For the underwater sections, was there light? Like for the sections that took place actually under the sea, was it like really dark and muted colors, or did they actually make it bright and colorful for those sections? Because obviously, a big dark and muted. Yeah. Because like a big part of the original was that it was bright and colorful. That was part of the appeal of living under the sea. Look how beautiful it is under the sea. Makes sense on the water. But at the same time, it's a cartoon. Audiences like to be able to see what's happening. That's something that's like become really frustrating for a lot of things. Like if something's filmed at night, they just make sure to if a scene is being filmed at night, then it's really dark and hard to see what's happening, and it's like just turn up the lights. Her grotto was well lit. Everything was lit like it was the shell is in the animated version. So yeah, I mean, like that's. I mean, like again, like with the live action movies, like if you've got talking animals, cartoonify them. You want to make them expressive? Because that's another big thing with the live action remakes is animals, objects, whatever, aren't expressive. And they should be. So I don't know. Oh, good night, Uncle Buck. I do think that Disney should. I suppose they do still make animated movies as well that haven't been getting. Like Wish didn't get the best reviews. I want to make them politically correct. Like Wicked. Fairy Godmother was Asian, the main character was black. I mean, the main character was green. It genuinely doesn't matter what color you cast for the Alphaba. If I'm not mistaken, maybe not. Yeah, okay. There's the fin under the Great Pyramid. I heard about it, but I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, I mean for Wicked, like, oh no, they cast a black woman in green skin. Who fucking cares? She still has green fucking skin. It literally does not matter what race they make Elphaba. Her skin is green. For most of the other characters, again, their races do not matter. Like, legitimately, it makes no difference. Didn't they need to switch it up and make a movie with no princesses and no animals? I mean, they do. They do those as well. I do want to watch Wicked. I'm thinking once I am thinking once the second part comes out, I might watch both parts together. Right to step on toes. I mean, yeah, Disney are often scared to be. Here's the thing with Disney. Disney is nowhere near as progressive as they want to make themselves seem. They want to seem like this very socially conscious, progressive company who are for everyone. But they are also kind of cowardly. They are still a corporation. Their first priority is to make money. So they have no imagination anymore. They do seem to be in a little bit of a creative slump. And I'm inclined to think that it's because they've got too much money. They're too successful, too big. I honestly think that I genuinely think Disney would actually be better off if they were, if they were broken up and, I mean, my take on like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Marvel is that I expect that all of them are probably enjoyable popcorn movies. Enjoyable, turn off your brain action flicks. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'm leaving now. Isn't Kathleen Kennedy leaving anyway? Pretty sure I saw that she did announce that she was stepping down. Yeah. Good night, everybody.